Okay, so I just want to get off straight off into this video by simply saying every single UFC card I like to bet, right? And for some reason, not for some reason, the research was done, and for this card, I figured, you know what? This is a card where literally every single favorite on the card should win. So what did I do? I covered every single area, and I made a card, or I made two different tickets that had all of the favorites winning, like all 14 favorites winning, right? And we get to the co-main event, minus 850, dominant champion Valentina Shevchenko going up against Alexa Grasso, number 6 ranked Alexa Grasso, who's a good boxer. We all know. We know this. It's not in question about her boxing, but has shown to be taken down multiple times by multiple different fighters. So you would think that Valentina would be able to easily win the fight. It's not even like it was some form. It's not like it's Jessica Andrade. You know what I mean? Like imagine Jessica Andrade fighting Valentina when she did, and Andrade getting a knockout. You really wouldn't be too shocked because of the fact that Jessica Andrade is so powerful already with her strike, and she's already shown the ability to be a finisher. So it wouldn't shock you as much. But for Valentina Shevchenko to throw a spinning attack, not only throw a spinning attack after letting multiple successful takedowns, not really being too dominant on the feet because she was getting touched up a bit by Alexa on the feet, but pretty much having her way in the wrestling department. To throw a spinning kick, and not only throw it, but to have her back took and be submitted by Alexa Grasso, who even said that she practiced that spot. So what I've come to realize with women's MMA, it's just not worth betting on. It's not worth betting on. You're better off saving your money. I could have cashed out for some money. I'm just gonna say that. I don't want to say the amount. I could have cashed out, lost out, but it is what it is. We can only move forward. That's the only underdog on the entire card that won. One of the bigger favorites, the second biggest favorite, behind obviously Jamie Pickett, who got destroyed by Bo Nickel. But main point is, guys, just from like I kind of figured this would happen, maybe, because like the same thing with Valentina, or not Valentina, but Amanda Nunes, how she got choked out by Juliana Pena. Like this is what happens with women's MMA. Like who's ranked number 6 at heavyweight? I don't even want to check right now. It's probably, who knows, maybe Rosenstrikes, Volkov, somebody around there. Um, Tom Aspinall, whoever's ranked at number 6. That's like somebody. That's like John Jones losing to someone ranked number 6. It just doesn't make sense with women's MMA. It's just not worth it anymore. And even when a champion is extremely dominant and she has a clear cut matchup favorite, they're more likely to just make a stupid mistake and lose a damn fight. So that's how the co-main event went. Obviously, I had to jump onto that one because it just ruined the night, man. It really did. But looking through the entire card, we had Loic Raskabov. We're just going to call him Raskabov. He was able to get 11 takedowns versus Esteban Ribovics and pretty much win that fight. Farid Basharat, Javi's brother, the Basharat brothers, he was able to get a unanimous decision victory over Blackshear. It wasn't easy though; he had to work for it. Tabitha Ricci was able to get the armbar submission over Jessica Panay, which I expected. I expected her to be dominant on top and be live for a submission. Why am I forgetting his first name? I don't know why. But Simon, we're just gonna call him Simon. I don't know. I think it's Cody Cameron Simon. He was able to beat the dog piss out of Mana Martinez. Yeah, he was pretty dominant in that fight. Good striking. Good striking. Did he grapple? Yeah, good takedowns, good top game. He's just well-rounded, really great talent at 180, at 135, and he's coming. He's definitely the future for sure. Then we have the future, his actual nickname, Ian Gary, getting dropped early by Song Kanong or Yang Kanong, whatever you want to call him. No disrespect. But yeah, he was able to withstand that, getting dropped in the first round and then pretty much dominated the rest of the fight and was able to get that late third round finish. Marc-Andre Barriott versus Julian Marquez. Julian Marquez had a great opening to the fight. But the cardio ended up being an issue for Marquez, which, Marc-Andre Barriott's nickname is Power Bar because he can keep his bar just never dims. But I don't know, it's kind of cringe, but it is what it is. But yeah, that fight was pretty interesting. Pretty much in the second round, Barriott just ended up overwhelming Marquez. And Marquez's technique and patience in the first round pretty much went out the window when he got tired. Amanda Ribas was able to actually dominate Viviane Araújo, which surprised me. She was able to drop her, get takedowns, get top control, and pretty much dominate that fight. Dricus du Plessis, Derek Brunson's corner actually ended up throwing in the towel, which I'm glad they did it, because just seeing Derek Brunson just be out there taking damage, it's like he's had a great career. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he could have fought. I don't think he fought for the title, but he got pretty close. Pretty much stood in the top 5 his whole career. It was just useless for him to just keep taking random damage. Like, he has a family. Like, man, just throw in the towel so he can go home and just live to see another day. Because if he would have started that third round, it would have just been more unnecessary damage. So yeah, pretty much it was a back and forth. Brunson was able to get a takedown a few. I think du Plessis tried to get a takedown, but he couldn't get it. And they were pretty much exchanging strikes, power shots, or significant strikes. And du Plessis ended up getting the better of Derek Brunson at the ending of round 2, I want to say it was, when he landed some big ground and pound on the floor at the ending of the round, and the towel just, the corner just threw in the towel because they just realized it just wasn't worth it. And then the final fight of the prelims was Cody Garbrandt versus Trevin Jones. Pretty boring fight, but I'm glad that Cody Garbrandt did what he needed to do to get his hand raised. The chin is, his chin is definitely gone for sure, because Trevin Jones really wasn't trying to land anything, and the one time he did land, it hurt Cody a little bit. So yeah. But I would like to see Cody continue to fight like that going forward, so he can just win. This, like, at this point, it's not about chasing knockouts. We know he has the speed and power to do so it's better off he just shows off his full game. Like in this fight right here versus Trevin Jones, he was able to get about 2 takedowns, I think. Very patient with the striking and just relied on the counter striking. That's the best thing he can do, because him putting himself in harm's way is just not worth it. And then to open up the main card, you had Bo Nickel just absolutely dominating Jamie Pickett. It was pretty simple. He took him down and got an arm triangle choke. He could have got the choke a lot earlier in the round if he would have just cleared, if he would have stepped over out of half guard and, laid his chest into the ground and put that pressure on Jamie Pickett. But he kind of was just sitting there. I think he was relying on his squeeze at first, but he ended up getting the correct position somewhat to get the sub. And then you had Gamrot versus Jalen Turner winning by split decision. Credit to both men. Both men are great fighters. Jalen Turner's still going to have a good career, I think, at lightweight. And Gamrot's just a beast of a fighter. Doesn't stop with the takedowns. The thing with Gamrot that I'm starting to notice, though, he needs to work on his striking. His strike is not terrible, but he's such a great wrestler that I think sometimes he relies just solely on that. And it ends up making these fights be closer than they really need to be, because if he can't get any control time, he's pretty much just going to be shooting the entire fight. And he's pretty much just going to be getting hurt on the feet, too, because he does get wobbled on the feet. He didn't get as badly wobbled this fight, but he definitely does get hurt on the feet. But Gamrot was able to get the split decision victory. One judge thought that Jalen Turner won the fight 29-28. Another judge thought that Gamrot went 29-28, and then the last judge gave it to Gamrot 30-27. So never leave it in the hand of the judges. You never know how it's going to go. Next up, we had Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Jeff Neal. And Shavkat actually, Jeff Neal is super tough. He's a super tough fighter. Shavkat is great too, but he was getting a little bit too confident, having his chin out in the air, not really in the air, but he just relied a little bit too much on head movement. And there was almost a few instances where Jeff Neal could have possibly got Shavkat out of there. But of course, Shavkat, the beast that he is, he's at that point 16 fights, 16 finishes. He was able to get a third round rear naked choke on Jeff Neal after a pretty crazy fight. If I had to pick, I think that's actually going to be the fight of the night. Yeah, I would think so, yeah. That should be the fight of the night. Insane fight. Back and forth. Jeff Neal's a beast. Shavkat's a beast. I don't think anybody's stock goes down too much. I'm not really a fan of that saying anybody's stock going down, especially if someone got beat and lost. But Jeff Neal showed how tough he is, man. He's super duper tough. And then obviously I'm skipping over the main event, the co-main event, because I already talked about it. And then on to the main event. It was pretty simple, as I thought it was gonna go. John Jones just literally went out there, had a quick few, striking exchanges with Ciryl Gane, and got 2 takedowns. And on the second takedown, the fight was just done. He was able to just stack on top of Ciryl Gane when his back was against the cage, and he was able to get in a guillotine choke. So yeah, John Jones is the GOAT. I already thought this a long time ago, but we all know how it goes with all the instances why people try to make it seem like John Jones isn't the GOAT. You're just gonna be wasting your time, the same way like how you kind of do with LeBron James. Yeah, so that's pretty much how the night went. Great to see John Jones back. He definitely looked fat. He's probably gonna end up fighting a little bit lighter because I don't think he needs all that extra weight on him. But yeah, he looked pretty dominant, pretty strong on top. And yeah, the heavyweights are in trouble unless you're somebody that's like Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blades, fighters like that. You're pretty much in trouble at heavyweight. So yeah, guys, that's how UFC 285 went. Obviously, my night was going really, really well, and then it ends up, you know, this is what happens when you take a chance in betting all fights, man. It can really end up not going your way, and more times than not, it's definitely not going to go your way. You got to play it super duper safe, or you're pretty much going to be leaving out with nothing. So yeah, guys, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought about UFC 285 in general. I thought it was a great card. And I'm just gonna stop betting on women's MMA. Peace.